All right, y'all, it's Sunday the 28th, May 28th, Memorial Day weekend. Didn't do much yesterday, Saturday, just decided to relax. Take you around a day and kind of show you what it's like in the neighborhood that I live in and kind of how we do stuff. So let's get going. So perfect way to start the day here is 20 miles left to go in gas. I actually have 16 miles left in gas and 4 miles left in electric. This car has an engine and a battery hybrid. BMW i8s have both, and either way I'm almost out of both of them, so I'm gonna have to make the first stop the gas station. I do this all the time. I'm so bad about it. All right, so I don't film while I drive. I pulled out of my neighborhood and we have a dog park right here, and the dog park is across the street from the lagoon. If you're new to the channel, I'll show you in a minute, but this is all of our normal dog parking, which is normally completely empty. Only people ride golf carts up here to the dog park during the week or the weekend. This is completely full because of how busy our lagoon is. I live on a man-made lagoon, the first one in the country. And all the people that are here visiting from not residents, they do allow a certain small amount of non-residents in for the holiday, are all parked all in this parking lot. And then they're also across the street in the new townhome parking lot, parked all the way there. And then I'll show you in 1 second. That's the normal parking lot for the lagoon. And then I'll show you in 1 second the front. So I'm just coming out of the parking lot, and this is all the parking for up front of the lagoon. All the golf carts, all my neighbors. Again, I don't like to record and drive at the same time, but just pulling out of the parking lot here. And there's the lagoon. So in Florida and in the South, I think in general, we have Publix. I hate Walmart. I hate shopping there. I do shop there, but I try to avoid it at all costs. So this is a little more pricier, but the customer service, the cleanliness, the speed, everything is just so much better here. So much cleaner than Walmart. This is their bakery, and if you never had a Publix sub, I highly recommend a Pub Sub. It's probably 1,000 times better than Subway. Chicken tender subs, ultimates, the whole shebang. So I get made fun of a lot that I can't put groceries in my car, but it actually holds quite a bit in what little trunk that I have. You can usually get, like, if my battery charger wasn't there, you can get like 6, 7, 8 bags in there. And then, of course, then you can put stuff in the, I bought some chips, so instead of putting them back there, we'll just put them in the seat next to me, right? Kind of easy. And then you could, like I said, you could get probably 7, 8 bags in there. People make fun of it all the time, but I can get a decent amount of groceries in the grocery getter. And per usual, everyone asked, did I really get that license plate? Yes, I really got that license plate. The other question I get a lot is, why do I go to stores and leave my top down? Aren't I worried about somebody possibly stealing something? And the answer is no. Because there's nothing in the car. There's literally nothing in this car except my registration and insurance card. If they want that, it's all backed up on my phone. So there's nothing to steal. Like, literally nothing to steal. I don't keep anything in the car at all. So a lot of people who've watched my videos have seen what I'm about to show you now. But as you come into my neighborhood, as you come over the hill, you come into what is the reason that we live here 100% really. And this is the first man-made natural lagoon in America. There's now several of them here in Florida. I believe there's a couple in Texas and some other random assorted places. There's actually one in Chile. If you look up Crystal Lagoons in Chile, you'll see a giant hotel with like a 50,000 foot pool. It's nuts. Same guy that owns that built these here in America, his development group. And so they're getting really popular and they're super nice. So this is literally my backyard. My house is just on the other side of it. We ride a golf cart over. I'm just coming in the neighborhood from the grocery store that you just saw me at, but this is why we live here. This is where we'll spend Memorial Day weekend, at least today and tomorrow. We relaxed yesterday, but yeah, we'll be down here in a little while. I'll get you guys some video. It'll be at the end of this video. I'll get you some clips and you'll see it as I go, but yeah, it's 7.5 acres. You got beach areas, slides, you got swim up bars, you got tiki bars, you got food, you got everything you could need right in my backyard. So a lot of you guys have seen this. As you come in over the hill in my neighborhood, they put a little cutout here. It's called the scenic area. And in the scenic area, you can stop and take pictures, and realtors like to bring people here that might buy a house to show them like what they could expect. And then obviously this woos people, gets them excited, and then they take them down to the house. And then they're like, you could live here and, you know, go to the lagoon every weekend, which is true. It's a little expensive if you keep going here a lot, which I do. But it's an amazing amenity to have right in your backyard. And the cool part for us, where the lagoon is, I showed you all those parking lots as we came in. They're over there past that tower, and around there, people have to walk all the way across the street through the parking lot and then up into the main gates. We, as residents, can park our golf carts right there, and you can see a ton of my neighbors are there. There's probably 30 or 40 golf carts parked there, and around the corner they'll be parked there. But then we just get off our golf cart and walk right in. All right, so before we spend any time at the lagoon, we visit our neighbor who got a pool put in. A lot of the neighbors getting pools put in. Why would we get a pool put in when we have a lagoon? Well, good question, because it's much easier to just come out back and jump in the pool and then go inside, and we're thinking about it too. Probably not a bad idea. That's our neighbor, another neighbor. This is one of our neighbors. And sometimes it's just madness down at the lagoon, so we like to get a little rest away. Now, as promised, I'll take you down to the lagoon real quick and show you just kind of inside and how we spend, a weekend, a weekday, whatever. I was gonna record that on Memorial Day yesterday, but it was so packed, so much music, just not a good idea to really recording it video content. So I'm just gonna record it now, since it's the day after Memorial Day, and just show you what it was like. You saw how packed it was because of the parking lot, but I'm gonna show you the inside of it, and then you get an idea of like where I live, how I live, and just basically what we do on days off and relaxing and not always thinking about money every single day. So that's the parking lot that I showed you that was super packed. And then that was the other parking lot. And then this is the main parking lot, which if you just hang with me a second as we pull in, and this is why it's so crucial to have golf carts in this neighborhood. They are pricey, but it's worth every penny. It's weight in gold. So we could just bypass this whole parking lot. Normally, if it's packed and you're parked way back there, you're walking all the way down here, and it's just an obscene amount of walking, and it's hot, and you got all your beach bags and towels and all your stuff, and there's cars coming, and it's just like not a fun time at all. So when you have a golf cart, you can just bypass all this. And our neighborhood is spec'd where you can ride the golf carts anywhere, as long as you have a license. If you don't have a license and you're only 14, 15, you're not technically supposed to be driving them, but so many people break the rule and the law, and it's not good, because those 14-year-olds, sorry, they don't know the rules of the road, they don't know how to do roundabouts or yields, and they will cause an accident. In fact, there's already been 3 or 4 accidents involving golf carts in just the 2 years I've lived here. But so this is what happens. You're able to pull all the way up here to the front. You can see there's quite a few of my neighbors that are hanging out here on a Tuesday already. And we got cars that just can't drive, don't pay attention, don't realize that, oh, there's other people behind me, let me not think about myself. Just see, there's this Mercedes up there, it just can't decide what to do. Anyway, so we just pick a spot on the grass, drive over and park, and then you are right at the door. All right, as you walk in, you've got the front area. There's a tent, underhang main area. They do stage with karaoke and bingo and playing the sports games. Off to the right is a walk around to the beach. To the left is VIP, past those 3 palm trees, where you can rent cabanas and have over 21 experience. You can rent that tent in front of me for birthdays, and then that out there is out to the neighborhood back behind that bathroom building there. But the VIP area is only for 21 over. Residents can rent it discounted. You can rent cabanas or water cabanas, things like that. But they close it up at night. It's after 7 now, so when I film this, so it's closed up for the night once it starts to get sunset or dark, and there's no lifeguards in that side. But you can see there's a quiet pool in the cabanas, and there's your own little bar right there around the corner. And they're building townhomes right over the water, overlooking the lagoon. Stupid expensive, not worth it, but they're doing it. And then as we head back to this section, I had to voice over this because the music would have got the video trademark striked. But there's a little grass area. Kids play cornhole or ball or whatever. And then you walk around this tent to the main bar area with the swim up bar down below. You can see people swim up to it. You've got the main bar. You've got where we play trivia and different things there and watch the games, and you can have drinks. That's Jealousy down there bartending. I saw her. She didn't see me. Now we're at the cafe. That's where you can get food. You can stand or sit here and overlook all the obstacle course and the water. That's a residents only tiki bar and water cabana in the back. You can also rent paddle boats and paddle boards and kayaks and bumper boats. And you have that whole obstacle course and the beach area that you can see there, where you can actually sit in the beach and sit in chairs. Got a giant slide to the right there. So I'm up top back at that scenic overlook area. You guys kind of got to look at the inside of the lagoon, just where we were looking again. There's that slide, there's the actual sandy beach area and the rest of the obstacle course. And then of course, back towards the beginning. I get asked a lot, how much does it cost to live in a neighborhood like this? Obviously, you have your cost of your house and your interest and your insurance. I bought this house in July of 2020. I moved in May 21 when it was finished construction. I got an amazing deal, amazing interest rate. My interest rate is 2.875, just to give you an idea how low it is. Normally, I think right now they're like what, 6%, 6.5%? For like somebody with an 800 credit score is paying like 5.5 to 6. I'm half that. So just timing, really good timing. But besides your house and your interest and your homeowner's insurance, the cost to live here is broken up into 4 things. So we have property taxes, obviously, and property taxes are 2 things. We have the taxes that actually are part of our property, normal property taxes, and we have what's called a CDD. It's like a community development disbursement, and so that takes care of this neighborhood. It takes care of the roads, it takes care of the potholes, it takes care of the landscaping, the grass cutting, the palm trees, the gates down there, these walls, anything you see that has to be repaired outside of that lagoon, which I'll explain in a minute. Anything in the neighborhood is covered by our CDD. So our CDD cost is $235 a month. Our property taxes for my house, now it's all based on your house value and your size of your house and all that, but my property taxes run around $700 a month, give or take. So I'm pretty close to like $900. I think it's like $950 for property tax and CDD. They're all put into one payment. We pay one payment as part of our mortgage. So I pay my mortgage and interest plus that $950 a month. We also have an HOA. Now the HOA doesn't do the palm trees and the cleanup and all that stuff. The HOA is only responsible for making sure that everything is kept up. They're just like enforcement, right? It's $70 a month. However, the HOA includes our high-speed internet and cable, hi-fi. We have a connected city, which I can show you over here. They used to have a sign for it, but yeah, they don't have the sign anymore. Oh, they sort of do. But anyways, it's called the connected city. We have high-speed internet, and we get like 500 gigs over 500 gigs as included in that $70 a month. So that puts us at $1,020. And then we have the lagoon fee. Now the lagoon fee is separate because they're actually their own independent company. This lagoon inside of that gate is their own company. They don't handle anything outside, and our stuff doesn't handle anything inside. We pay them $40 a month for unlimited access to this lagoon. We can come and go just like I just did, walking in and out anytime we want, resident only events, you name it. So that puts us at $1,090. About $1,100 is what you can say that I pay without touching the mortgage, interest, and insurance. I think all of it, all in, I don't like to talk too much about personal stuff because it is what it is, but all in, probably somewhere around about $2,900, give or take, for the house, interest, insurance, HOA, lagoon fees, and CDD. So that's about what I pay, about probably like $2,800, I would think, maybe closer to $2,900. But with that said, non-residents, will pay anywhere during off season in the winter, $20 a person to get in, $10 for kids. Upwards right now, I believe it's $35 for an adult and $25 for a kid for an all-day pass. And they pay for like the kayaks and the paddle boards and the obstacle course, which we pay for, but we get them for like $5. They have to pay like 10 to 15 depending on what they're doing. So we get the cabanas at a discounted rate. We get everything discounted except drinks. But if you know the bartenders, you can get away with a little bit. So that's what it costs to live in this neighborhood. About $1,100 a month plus your mortgage and interest, your normal house payment, and then whatever obviously you spend up here on a regular basis, which is pricey for what I spend up here because we come here all the time and have a drink or a sandwich or whatever, and it ends up being $30, $40, $50. All of a sudden you go out for a party night and it ends up being $100. So got to be careful how you spend. But that's kind of a look inside the neighborhood and how we spent Memorial Day weekend, one of the days at our friend's pool. But yeah, and it is overlooked by the other part of the neighborhood, and then obviously I live on a different side of the neighborhood over yonder. But that's kind of how I do it when I'm not reselling and when I'm not worried about money and when I'm not focused on, you know, work, which is not very often. So you guys are getting a look at the sunset. I came up here just at the right time, but yeah, appreciate you guys coming in and coming along for the walk and joining me on that. All right, so I'm gonna end the video there. The lagoon is back there and the dog park right behind me, and a little bit of sunset going on. A little bit of sunset. It is a little after 7:30, so the sun's setting and the moon popping up there. So enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed it at least, and welcome to my neighborhood. Welcome to life outside of reselling, and hope you had a great Memorial Day weekend. I wish I could have got this video up for you last night, but it was just too busy, too much going on, so I figured I'd just film the rest of it now, post it, and hopefully you guys like it. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll have out more reselling content for you guys tomorrow on Wednesday, June 31st, last day, or May 31st rather, last day of May, heading into June, the halfway point of this year. We'll talk about everything you guys want to talk about again tomorrow. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget, hit that like button, subscribe, and come use our listing service, ProEcommercelister. I'll put all the details down below. You send us photos, we make the listings for you. Thanks guys, I'll see you next time.